recently conducted a survey involving over 200 women to ask a question that many men think they already know the answer to. What do men wear that women find incredibly sexy? I'm not talking about what you think looks good or what your buddies think is cool. I am talking about the specific items that actually make us stop in our tracks, notice you, and remember you long after you've left the room. My name is Dr. Evelyn Hartwell, and as your trusted men's health and lifestyle advisor, I've seen how much a man's presentation can impact his confidence and his romantic success. Today, I'm breaking down the 9 specific things women told me make men absolutely irresistible. Pay close attention, because number 9 is an item that most men completely overlook, yet it's often the deal breaker. Before we jump into the list, I want to hear from you. Go down to the comments right now and tell me, what is your go-to outfit when you want to look your absolute best? I'm genuinely curious to see if your favorite look aligns with what women are actually searching for. Starting with number 1, and this was by far the most submitted response, is a well-fitted suit. You've probably heard this before, but it bears repeating. A suit is to a man what a little black dress is to a woman. It is the gold standard. Every man, regardless of his profession, should own at least one high-quality suit. When you walk into a room wearing a suit that actually fits your body, you immediately project an aura of distinction and success. You look like a man who has his life together, and you communicate that without saying a single word. Women love suits because they are a visual shorthand for competence and confidence. It represents a quiet power. You don't need to boast about your career or your bank account when you're wearing a suit that fits perfectly. The fabric and the silhouette do the talking for you. However, the operative word here is fitted. I cannot stress this enough. An ill-fitting suit can actually work against you. If it's too tight, you look uncomfortable and restricted. If it's too baggy, it looks like you're a kid wearing your father's clothes. But when that suit hits your shoulders exactly right, when the trousers have the perfect break at your shoes, and when the jacket follows the natural lines of your torso without bunching up, that is when the magic happens. A well-fitted suit makes you look like a gentleman who takes himself seriously, and that level of self-respect is undeniably attractive. The second most mentioned style choice was a classic button-down or a linen shirt, but with a very specific twist. The sleeves must be rolled up. There is something about the rolled sleeve look that radiates an effortless, capable energy. It suggests that you're ready for action, not just standing around looking like a mannequin. A button-down with sleeves rolled to the forearm strikes that perfect, elusive balance between formal and casual. You aren't stuffed into a stiff outfit, but you aren't being sloppy either. Interestingly, a surprising number of women specifically mentioned finding forearms attractive. Perhaps it's the physical strength they represent or just the rugged aesthetic, but rolling those sleeves up hits differently than keeping them buttoned at the wrist. Linen shirts, in particular, were a favorite for warmer weather. They have a breathable, relaxed texture that gives off a worldly, confident vibe. When you pair a linen shirt with rolled sleeves, you look like a man who is comfortable in his own skin and knows exactly what he's doing. Next up is something that might actually surprise you because of its simplicity: a clean white t-shirt. Sometimes less truly is more. Many of the women I surveyed said they prefer a man in high-quality basics over someone trying too hard with loud brands or complex patterns. While black t-shirts were popular, the classic white tee dominated the responses. The reason this works so well is that it's foolproof. A white crew neck is masculine without being aggressive. It puts the focus on you and your physique rather than the clothes. The key, once again, is the fit. You don't want it so oversized that you're drowning in fabric, nor do you want it so tight that you look like you're trying to show off every single muscle fiber. You want a clean, tailored fit. It's a neutral, classic look that works with jeans, chinos, or even layered under a jacket. It's the ultimate low-effort, high-reward piece. Moving on to number 4, let's talk about the icing on the cake, your fragrance. Your signature scent creates a sensory experience that lingers long after you've left. If you smell as good as you look, a woman is going to want to lean in for that hug every single time. Women are biologically more sensitive to scent than men are. Our sense of smell is tied directly to the amygdala, the part of the brain that handles memory and emotion. When you smell great, you are literally hardwiring a positive emotional association into her brain. However, there is a catch. Fragrance doesn't make the man, you make the fragrance. Don't assume that an expensive bottle of cologne automatically makes you attractive. It has to be the total package. And please, for the love of everything, do not overdo it. Subtlety is your best friend here. You want her to catch a hint of your scent when she's close to you, not smell you from across the street. Find a scent that works with your natural body chemistry. Get samples and ask the women in your life for their honest feedback. When you find the one, it becomes a part of your identity. Halfway through our list, at number 5 is a quality watch. This is a timeless accessory that signals maturity and an appreciation for the finer details. A watch is understated, but highly noticeable. It shows that you value craftsmanship and that you respect time, both yours and hers. You don't need to spend tens of thousands of dollars on a luxury timepiece to get this right. What matters is that the watch is clean, classic, and fits your personal style. Whether it's a leather strap for a more intellectual look or a metal bracelet for something more rugged and sporty, a watch is an investment piece that never goes out of style. Unlike trendy jewelry that might look dated in 6 months, a classic watch remains relevant for decades. It tells the world you're a man who thinks long-term. Speaking of accessories, number 6 is the simple chain. This has exploded in popularity recently. A simple, thin gold or silver chain paired with an effortless look, like a slightly unbuttoned shirt or a basic tee, gives off a stylish, confident energy. Now, I have to be honest, chains can be polarizing. Some women associate them with a player vibe, but the majority of the women in my survey were very clear that they find them incredibly sexy when worn correctly. The trick is to keep it minimal. One well-chosen chain worn with confidence is much more effective than stacking multiple chains with rings and bracelets. It's about adding a touch of personality to an otherwise simple outfit. Number 7 brings us to your shoe game. Women notice shoes almost immediately. After your face, your footwear is often the next thing we look at because it reveals so much about your personality and your attention to detail. The top 3 favorites from my survey were white sneakers, loafers, and boots. White sneakers are incredibly versatile. They look elevated and clean without being overly formal. Loafers give off a sophisticated, I've got my life together vibe. They're a personal favorite of mine because they bridge the gap between casual and professional so perfectly. Boots, especially in the autumn and winter, provide a rugged, masculine energy that signals strength. No matter what you choose, the golden rule is to keep them clean. Scuffed, dirty, or worn-out shoes can instantly ruin an otherwise perfect outfit. For number 8, we have the art of layering. A stylish jacket thrown over a simple t-shirt with dark denim catches a woman's eye immediately. Layering shows that you have taste and that you know how to build a cohesive look. Whether it's a bomber jacket, a leather jacket, or a structured wool coat, these pieces add depth and visual interest to your frame. It shows you've taken that extra step that most guys overlook. Layering also makes you look more adaptable and prepared, which is a subtle but powerful masculine trait. Finally, we've reached number 9, the item most men forget about, your underwear, specifically boxer briefs. The women I surveyed were overwhelmingly in favor of this style. Boxer briefs are the perfect middle ground. They are form-fitting and masculine without being as restrictive as briefs or as baggy as traditional boxers. They look great under clothes because they don't create weird bunching lines, and they look even better when the clothes come off. Choosing quality underwear shows that you care about the details that aren't always visible to the public, and that level of hidden grooming is something women truly appreciate. At the end of the day, all 9 of these items share a common thread: attention to detail. When you put effort into how you present yourself, You aren't just wearing clothes. You're communicating respect for yourself and the people you're with. However, the most important thing you can wear is confidence. If you feel uncomfortable in a suit or awkward in a chain, it will show. Start with 1 or 2 items from this list that resonate with you. See how they make you feel, and build your style from there. The psychology of style. Why women notice the details. Understanding why these specific items work requires a look into human psychology and evolutionary biology. When a woman notices a well-fitted suit or a quality watch, her brain is processing signals of high status and resource acquisition. In an evolutionary sense, a man who appears to have his life together is perceived as a more stable and capable partner. This isn't about being shallow. It's about how our brains are wired to interpret visual cues. Furthermore, the concept of enclothed cognition suggests that the clothes you wear actually change the way you think and perform. When you wear a well-fitted suit or a pair of high-quality boots, your posture improves, your speech becomes more deliberate, and your confidence naturally rises. This creates a feedback loop. You look good, so you feel good, which makes you act more confidently, which in turn makes you even more attractive to those around you. Grooming and maintenance are equally vital. A man can wear the most expensive suit in the world, but if his hair is unkempt or his shoes are filthy, the status signal is broken. Cleanliness suggests discipline. It shows that you are a man who can manage the small things, which implies you can handle the big things in life as well. This is why things like a signature scent or clean sneakers are so highly ranked. They are indicators of a man who is mindful and intentional. Finally, remember that style is a language. Every time you step out of the house, you are telling a story about who you are. By choosing items that are classic, well-fitted, and intentional, you ensure that the story you're telling is one of strength, confidence, and self-respect. Whether you're heading to a first date or a business meeting, these principles remain the same. Take the time to invest in yourself, because how you present yourself to the world determines how the world responds to you.